Hi guys, it's Sarah, the Northwoods Stitcher. Just wanted to hop on and make a quick video and show you something because I did a thing and I'm really excited about it. I wish I had before and after pictures for you, but I don't because I didn't know I was going to be making content and I didn't know I was going to have any success. I had some bad staining on a cross stitch I did years ago, one of these old stockings. There was this I don't know if it was a water stain or what it was. It was brown. It was definitely sticking out. Couldn't hide it with another stitch. And I was terrified to wash it because it's a red stocking. So I finally treated the area down here, and you can see just a little faint mark. I don't know if you can actually see it. Maybe a little bit there. I treated it with some spray and wash stain stick, which is pretty good for everything. I often get something on my shelf unit and have to treat my clothing. So I did that area, washed it, and went to line dry it. And of course, all the red bled all up in the top for just weeping into there as it was drying. So then I was stuck with partially pink and the stain. The stain was a little bit better. Treated the whole thing again with stain stick. And I literally let this thing hang in my laundry room for 3 or 4 days, just feeling upset about it, not quite sure if I wanted to put it in the laundry again. This time I put it in regular wash on a warm cycle with color grabbers. I don't know if you guys have seen these things, but it actually absorbs the color that it's being washed with, and it kept it from bleeding onto the white. So it came out beautifully. There's no pink. It's just incredible. And because I put it in a regular cycle, I've got a little hole up here I'm going to mend. Big deal. But I can fix that and then put it back into storage. This thing must be 30 years old, but I'm really excited about it. After I washed it, I did throw it in the dryer, just a regular medium heat. It didn't shrink at all. Did get a little battered with that seam, but I can whip stitch that. A stitcher I am not, or sewer. I can't sew. I don't use a machine per se. I'd like to learn, but I just haven't done that. But I'm just thrilled with the outcome. Be brave. If you have a stain on something, try it. I know this wasn't a huge project, but I do know that these are hard to find now. And when you can find them on like an stash unload website, they're a pretty penny. And I like to be a bit thrifty about things. So I feel very accomplished being brave. And I just encourage you guys to do the same. I was really thrilled about that. So there's my selfless promotion of different products. I also found recently a new box. I think the first video I showed you some boxes that I stitched on top. They were going to be baskets or purses for things. But this time I found a treasure chest. How can it not be anything but a treasure chest? I think it's great. And at first I didn't really like the color. It's just kind of meh. But I do like how the stain or paint wash that they put on it is on the metal. It kind of ages it a bit, gives it some more character. And, you know, sitting around with this and looking at it and thinking about it for a few days, and I like to do that. I like to bring something home and just think about it and ponder, what could I do? What should I do? I realize I have this place to stitch something cute. That could be a name, or that could just be, you know, treasure box or loot. And I can do the top. And I think I'm going to put like an anchor motif on the top. I might do something else. Maybe pirate related, maybe not. But I'm really excited about that. The inside is nicely dark stained, but I think I'll put a velvet base in the bottom. So now that I have some ideas cooking around in my head, at some point I will go through my stash and pick out some pattern ideas and size them to fit. But I wish I remember what the price was. It wasn't much. I don't, you know, if I'm going to get something that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet, more than likely it was probably under $4, which is pretty inexpensive for something to play with. And then the other thing I wanted to show you really quickly, I don't see It was supposed to be hanging right here. Moment. I thought it was hanging. Ah, it is. I have also, now I tell you, I don't know how to sew. I could put on a button. That's about it. But I did a thing. I made this. This was a really cute pattern design, and I don't know who did it. I just have it dated and signed on the back 2020. You can probably look it up in my diary. But when I wanted to hang this or make it into an ornament, I wanted to do a heart shape, and I was really nervous about it. And it was actually pretty easy. I traced out the design using a light board, which I'll show you guys sometime what my light boards are. I have a couple of them. But this time I used my window, or you can also use a light board. I traced out a piece of foam board, not matte board. The foam board, of course, is the white core center, really thick and squishy. And then, actually, I take that back. This is 2 pieces of matte board stuck together, because what I did was I cut the fabric. When I placed the fabric, I cut the fabric in strips in the back so I could fold it in sections and glue it. A lot of people are talking about lacing the back of their stitches. And sometimes that's too overwhelming for somebody to think about. You don't want to do that. It can be intimidating. But if you're doing a smaller thing, just glue or use the surgical tape. The cloth tape is best because it's acid-free, to hold down that fabric, and then sandwich it with another piece of matte board. In this case, I had some shiny, pretty fabric. And then you can hide the edging of your sandwich pieces together with some, this is upholstery cording. I think I picked it up at a store. I might have gotten it on clearance somewhere, even a yard sale. And then I remembered, which was a genius, to sandwich the cord in between the 2 pieces of matte board before I put it together so I could hang it properly. And I was really surprised that it came out looking like a heart, because I didn't have much confidence in attempting it, and it came out okay. So you are my day. I think this was a free pattern. Let me look at my little diary. 2020. But the moral of the message is, don't be afraid to try new shapes. 2020. I didn't put the month that I did it. No, I did Oh Whale by Hands On Design, January 28th. I started it. I finished it on February 7th. I don't think I wrote down my heart in 2020. So that must mean I did it before January 28th, or whenever this starts. Too bad. I do have it in my stash somewhere. I can locate the chart if anybody's interested. But that was another fun finish. I really have a lot of errands to do, so this is going to be a super short video, and I will post this as fast as I can and get back to listing up some more content, and I will make another video shortly. You guys have a great day, happy stitching, and be safe.